Happy Monday. What's going on, everyone? Welcome again to the 3rd and 10 podcast. Season 5, episode 9 is now live. I'm your host, Nathan Owen, joined always by my guy, Brian Germanaro. Woo! The Giants got a win. I know it's only the preseason, but that is okay. A win is a win is a win is a win. And we look forward to a lot more of these when the games actually count towards the record. But we will celebrate and discuss the win nonetheless, as they not only beat the Dolphins, but they freaking demolished them on Saturday, 26-3. A lot of positives on both offense and defense, and we'll get to that shortly. Of course, we'll also discuss updates on the running back room, defensive tackle position, and the cornerback room as well. Some, again, positives, but also some negatives as well. And then we'll end the show with best bets of the day. Also known, now it's going to be known as the Betting Down, presented by Bettor Vision. Shout out to you, to our sponsor there. But we'll talk a lot more about them later on in the show. Brian, good to see you. Happy Monday to you. Hope your weekend was well. How's everything, man? I'm sure you obviously watched the game.
I watched the game with some buddies of mine. Doing well. I'm not as paranoid as Ole Miss, as apparently they had the FBI come in and sweep the football facility to make sure that Lane Kiffin didn't leave behind any bugs.
Oh my God, that's really?
Yeah, I just saw it on Barstool today. There is nothing quite like college football in America. God bless this sport.
Are they like that insecure? Is there something I'm missing?
I think that's just normal college football.
My goodness. Well, speaking of college football, it is coming back, or it's coming very
days.
soon. Yeah, 6 days away. And speaking of that, we were in a college football draft, fantasy draft yesterday.
Yeah, I won that, by the way.
You did. You were. Hey, congrats to you for getting the number 1. I had picked number 4. I'm not gonna lie to you, my friend. I was working when I was drafting, so I know.
I was
I know you were. You always are, man. You must be freaking nice, dude. I was like working and drafting at the same time. It was a rough day at work yesterday. A lot of customers. So when I was making picks, I was like, I'll just pick players I feel like I've heard of before, and we'll see what happens from there. Don't know if I did the right thing. I think I won the worst grades according to Yahoo Sports. I won the worst grades on the draft. At like a D+. So my parents might kill me for that if they ever saw that. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Dad. But no, you did an outstanding job, man. Having number 1 pick always helps. And if you're not taking Jeremiah Smith number 1, what are you even doing?
But yeah, him versus Ball State would be an absolute problem.
Oh my God, you're gonna be chilling. Your points will be racking up. I actually drafted Ohio State's offense and defense in the fantasy, which is kind of a different thing.
The offense. I didn't know how to see this. That was my hard part. Right? I didn't know how to approach offense. In college, because like in normal fantasy, you could just wait till like the last round of the draft because they don't have the same value. But like the offense is so different.
Yeah,
like, do you like? So I remember saying like I saw Notre Dame's offense, and like as a Notre Dame fan, I think the offense could be incredible this year.
Yeah,
but as a fan, I would like to have that. And I'm sitting there like, all right, it's round like 7. Like, is it early? Like, do I jump on it? Like, I don't know.
Exactly.
I ended up missing out on it, but because I think it went like at pick 8 or something. I'm like, oh, okay. But like, it's one of those things where it was a lot of fun, but it's gonna take 2 or 3 years to kind of come up with like a proven strategy on how you draft and how do you best optimize your roster and your positions. Because I remember running back was the best.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Look, listen, NFL fantasy football is one thing. We're all used to that, you and I, and a lot of our fans out there watching.
That's been around forever.
That's a staple.
Sure iterations of college fantasy have been around, but nothing at the scale of what it is for the pro sports.
No, way different when it comes to college. So, look, best of luck to you. I hope you win. I have no belief in myself. I ain't gonna lie to you, but it maybe my belief for sure will change once we have our own NFL fantasy draft, which will be brought back this season for the 2nd straight year, and we'll talk a lot more about that as we get closer to the start of the draft, which I believe will be next week, because this upcoming week is the 3rd and final preseason. Week of the preseason, I should say.
I've one draft. This is great. My family league, we're doing it right before the season starts, so we're doing it that Wednesday. So we're gonna have the draft at like 6.
Hey,
so
that's smart.
By like 7:30. And then we go right into kickoff. I'm like, that is incredible.
Hey, look, I've always believed in the later you do the draft, the better, because in the event that situations such as the Ashton Gianchi situation from yesterday, where he got hurt, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I feel bad for it.
Anyone who's out there spreading, whoever started that misinformation, there was a torn ACL. You need to come forward so you can be publicly humiliated for giving everyone a heart attack. I didn't have Ashton Genty, but I had friends with Ashton Genty. And their whole evening was ruined because of that.
One of my good friends, Isaac, shout out to me, he's a Raiders fan. He texted me, he was like,
"What?" I didn't even think about Raiders fans. They're probably even more devastated.
Dude, yeah, he was scared, man. I was just like, I think he may be okay, and he was just panicking, and then of course it turned out to be just a sprained ankle. Thank goodness.
Look, I saw multiple accounts running with the story that that's a torn ACL. I'm like, okay, hang on,
dude, and that Raiders offense is already depleted of
that Raiders offense
viable
already
weapons.
A giant question mark.
Yeah,
you need to have, arguably there's only really two good players on the Raiders offense right now, skill wise, in Bowers and Genty. Don't even want them going down before the season even starts.
Exactly. The one thing I was kind of puzzled by is there was a report on Underdog Fantasy's NFL Twitter page. Shout out to them. The highest that Mike Washington, who's the backup running back for the Raiders, was going in drafts on the platform was in the 3rd round. Kind of shocking in a way, because it's like, look, has Washington shined in preseason? Yeah, a few times here and there, but it's like to take a guy like him that high.
I think it's more of what, with Genty getting hurt so late, the thought was that he was going to step in and take on Genty's role in the offense. So all the touches he would have gotten. So you were drafting him based on workload. It's like, all right, that's a guy that I know is probably going to get 15 to 20 touches a game. I'll take the shot on him, take him a little higher.
True. Okay, I see where that's coming from. Perspective.
You're not drafting him because he's a great player. Like you take a shot on Malik Neighbors, he's got the injury because the upside is there. You're taking a shot on Washington because the touches will be there.
True. Performance we don't know yet. Obviously, he's a young rookie, and he did show her flashes, I believe, at Arkansas, if I'm not mistaken. So look, listen, no matter, I think with Giannis' injury, it's not long term, but it's more than likely he'll miss weeks 1 and 2.
It's very similar to Jeremiah Love, and I think it's very similar. I mean, they're both sprained ankles, and I think they have around the same severity. And Love is a question mark for week 1 right now. So think about it. A week later, it's pretty much Genty got hurt. Yeah, you can see why there's a question mark.
Yeah, but it's already.
I would assume Genty's going to be out the first couple of games.
It's already so close to start of the regular season, so that's to be expected for sure. And listen, you want to really take precaution as much as possible if you're the Raiders and the Cardinals, of course, with the Love situation as well. So listen, hope both backs get better as soon as possible, because the offenses do need them, especially the Raiders, again, like we just mentioned. But speaking of injuries, our star player on offense officially shred the red jersey today. Malik Neighbors was at practice wearing the normal blue or red and white jersey, one or the other.
The red and white jersey is the quarterbacks. The red is non-contact, and the blue is normal.
Gotcha. Appreciate the clarification or the correction, my friend. He looked good though. He was in drills in 7-on-7s, 11-on-11s. He's not fully, part of practice yet, but he's still doing the drills and he's looking good. And Harbaugh, he mentioned to the media, hey, it's realistic to say, and we say it every week, it seems like, but it's getting more and more realistic that he's going to be there for week 1 for
drafted
us against
him in
Dallas.
The 3rd round in my friends.
That is a steal, man.
I have Puka and Neighbors as my 1-2 punch receivers. Oh, I'm going to run away with this thing.
That's
absolute value. Without Mario Hampton.
Oh, I like that. I've always liked him.
He's going to pop off because running backs always do unbelievable in Mike McDaniel run offenses.
I promise I don't love Hampton just because he won me money last year against the
That's
Eagles.
A fair reason.
He not only did that, but he won it against the Eagles too, which again,
even better.
Him. I know, right? Screw him. But no, back to we'll talk a lot more about bets later on in the show. But Neighbors, look, I'm very excited for him. I know we may not see him in the preseason, but as long as he continues to rest up and no setbacks occur, I'm very excited to see him cook up that Dallas secondary in just a few weeks. But hey, we got a lot of positives to break down from the preseason game, my friend, against Miami. Look, again, I know it doesn't count. I know you may not care about it as much as as NFL fans in general. People don't really care about the preseason. Let's be honest, because it doesn't count towards
Well, anything. No, if you're a diehard fan, you care because you want to see the depth and the rookies play. But if you're just like a casual football fan, you probably don't watch a second of it.
And I love that you mentioned depth because the offensive line was absolutely outstanding. I know we talk about the main five guys, right, with Andrew Thomas, who we haven't seen quite yet. Or no, we haven't seen him yet. Runyon, we talk about JMS, who was on the field on Saturday, which is great to see. We talk about, Malanoa, who did not play on Saturday, had a stinger last week, but he's good. He'll be expected back later this week. And we talk about Luminor being those, top five guys who are going to lead the charge for us, of course. But not much conversation has been made about the second team, right? I think a lot of some people were worried about the offensive line depth. How if one of the guys goes down, how screwed would we be? How would the O-line look as a whole now that Priscilla's gone and it's our O-line coach now is Mike Bloomgren. Answer to that, nothing has really changed, and the success of the position these past that we've seen recently. Dating back to last year, it continues under Bloomgren, man. And J.C. Davis, he's one guy that a lot of people were watching, including ourselves, of course. And he looked really good on Saturday, playing all 81 snaps on offense at left tackle. Harbaugh and company, they wanted to see if he could handle a full workload at the left tackle position, and he did so in an outstanding fashion. So shout out to him, J.C. Davis. Look, he's a young, raw prospect drafted in the 6th round, so not expected to have too big of a role, right, my friend, in year one.
No.
But you got to be happy with what he did on Saturday. And,
I'm excited because we talked about it. We want like the young rookies who drafted like Davis to be like that kind of Greg Van Rote on the offensive line. Yes. That guy that's like that swing who's like, all right, kind of first one off the bench. That's kind of what I want Bo to be this season. But if Davis can continue to play well and plays well again on Saturday, maybe he's going to be considering that role as well.
Yeah, dude. No, seriously. No doubt about it. I 100% agree. Speaking about Davis and Bo, who was selected in the 5th round last year, these are young, promising guys who have potential to be something a lot.
They're hungry. They're hungry.
Yes, they are. And it's not a surprise. And shout out to Big Blue VCR, their Twitter page. They are an outstanding follow. Go check them out. It's not a surprise that these day 3 guys are being found and developed into possibly something a lot more, more than just a career backup. Chris Snee, who's an absolute Giants legend, right? As we all know, played so many years for us at right guard. He joined the team as a scout back in May of 2024. And so, again, it's not really a surprise that since then the offensive line has gotten better or has added guys, or the team has added guys to that group that has the potential to be so much more. Because, it's just not thought I'd point that out. Because Chris Snee just has an eye for talent. And just like the rest
he played a position for,
you're damn freaking right. Yeah.
And Boston College, sure, does help that you're, the boss's son-in-law. That definitely, I think, gets you some boost.
Yeah,
but
just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But, hey, he proved he was a great pick. And he was.
He was. And I believe it was, I think it was a month ago. There was a video of him working with Francis Malanoa. Again, he was a right guard. Malanoa was about to be a right guard here in year 1.
Like, that's just a coaching, like a culture different thing. Like, bring, all right, yes, Chris Snee, you're a scout. You're supposed to be scouting young talent. But you also were a lineman for a decade here. How about you come just talk to the guys for a little bit? Just, put your insight. Just come get, information from someone else. Let's utilize every advantage possible. Like if we have a scout that was a quarterback at some point, hey, just look at Dart's skill. Just tell us what you see. It might lead you nowhere, but let's just get a different set of eyes on a situation and diagnose it. I know there's like the expression too many chefs in the kitchen, but this is more of we're getting as much information as possible.
Yes.
And then, if we use it all, great. But I'd rather have it and not need it.
Yeah, just to have in the back of the player's mind, like, hey, look, you mentioned quarterback, right? And the Giants, of course, have a future Hall of Famer going to be very soon in Eli Manning. He's a guy that I'm sure has been in Jackson Dart's ear.
You're going somewhere else. I'm like, oh my God, please do.
Oh no,
do not call that early. I hope it's right, but do not call that.
Of course not. Look, until maybe a couple years down the line when he hopefully wins the Super Bowl for us, maybe we can put Dart in the Hall of Fame conversation. But he's guy. Not yet. No, but he's a guy that can listen to a future Hall of Famer in Eli Manning, no doubt about that. He's of course has been still part of the team. Has the Eli Manning show, of course.
Yeah, I would tell Eli, you still want to do that Eli Manning show? Yeah, I need you to have a weekly meeting with Jackson Dart.
Yes, and I will say with Dart, man, he is absolutely blessed for sure. Obviously has an outstanding head coach with John Harbaugh. Has a plethora of assistant coaches that he's working with. That of course, there are guys that didn't work out at head coaches, but you talk about Brian Callahan, you talk about Matt Nagy, who I know we've had our doubts about, but again, he is having a lesser role than what he's has done so before. When he was a head coach, and you talk about Brian Callahan. Yeah, Brian Callahan. I say Callahan already. Okay.
Yep.
What am I missing? Callahan, Nagy, Harbaugh. No, because Roman's Greg Roman's the.
I think you're thinking of Greg Roman, but he's the running backs coach or running something with the running game.
Yeah, we'll talk about the running game later too, because there's some concerns there.
It's probably the biggest negative out of Saturday.
It is. Oh yeah, no.
Saturday was a great day, just across the board. Like Giants offense dominated, defense looked great. I mean, Deonte Banks is having a redemption arc like we haven't seen since Corey Webster right now. Like there was a lot to like on Saturday, except for one guy.
There was one guy, and I do want to touch on him.
We'll touch on him in a little bit. Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him, but again, we'll get to it for sure.
We'll talk. Yeah, we'll talk.
Yeah. But yeah, offensive line. Look, as a whole, they were again outstanding. Only 2 sacks allowed. One as a team. One was by Evan Neal, and I know. First, I was like, "Oh, he played like crap." He actually did, and he was decent, surprisingly.
But I think he's still getting.
Yeah.
We did the 53-man roster breakdown last episode. Neither one of us had Evan Neal making this roster. He's buried on the depth chart. I think he's like with the third team right now. And for what we've heard historically about Harbaugh, the third stringers just don't play in practice. They're just scout team. They're just extra bodies in case someone gets hurt. So if that's what this organization thinks of Evan Neal, there's absolutely no chance he could make some waves at this point to get his name back up there.
Yeah, no shot, man. He can play as well as he can in this upcoming game against the Jets and what he did on Saturday.
That's the problem. It's one game. One game. Like that's not enough time. Like he needs to basically be like out of a superhero performance, but like I don't know if a lineman can do. It's hard to do that, right? One game, because a receiver. If a receiver has 2 bad games, but like let's say I don't know. Let's say Malachi Fields was struggling, and he was kind of on that route. Oh no, Jalen Hyatt. Let's do Jalen Hyatt. Let's say Jalen Hyatt was better, was on the was in a roster fight, and had 2 bad games. But like, had a game against the Jets where he was like 10 receptions for 115 yards and a touchdown. Then all of a sudden, it's like, okay, hang on, let's ignore those 2 games. What worked so well in this game, and can we utilize it? Whereas, like, I don't know if that's there for a lineman.
It's not, because it's like, okay, yes. You can't allow 0 pressures and 0 sacks and dominate the defensive end for one game. That would be fantastic to see for one game. But it's like, and especially for a guy like Evan Neal, who's been given so many chances throughout his career so far as a starter, may I add. It's like, this preseason is just for you to just play, because it's like we don't want to play our starters, so we might as well just play you and see what you can do. And Neal was okay at best in the first game against Minnesota.
But when you have so many other like established pieces, okay at best doesn't cut it anymore.
It really doesn't, and especially when we just saw J.C. Davis.
I was took the words out of my mouth. Yep, I was like, my next point is we drafted this 6th-round kid, and granted, I know Evan Neal is not naturally a guard. He's going to tackle his whole life. I get that, but it's just the principle.
It is, yeah. He's been given enough time to prove himself. He hasn't shown much at all, so it's like, okay, thank you, sir. We admit you were a bust or a 1st-round pick. Sayonara. And maybe he makes it out, somewhere. He was a bust,
but like he wasn't supposed to be a bust.
He really wasn't.
Everyone gets on us for drafting Evan Neal. I'm like, if you were in that spot in 2022, you would have taken Evan Neal. So Evan Neal was the consensus best offensive tackle in that draft.
Yeah, and he played for Nick Saban at Alabama, so it's like, okay, you put that all that together, it's like, oh, we may have a future, starting right tackle for years to come.
No, I love that draft is one. I think is one of my was like, when I walked out of draft night, I'm like, that was my favorite draft because we finally built in the trenches. We got a pass rusher and a franchise caliber tackle, and we really haven't gotten either of them.
Not yet. Yeah, there's a lot. There's still hope
Neil
Tibbs,
sucks, and Thibodeau has just been like, eh.
Yeah, at best.
Meh. It's like he's fine.
I will say I have a small gut feeling that Tibbs is going to be he's going to be something this year. I think
Tibbs has done enough where he is a valuable NFL player and will get a second contract. He's just, I think we thought of him being like a Strahan, a Justin Tuck, a guy that was going to lead this defense. Whereas now I think he plays better more in a supporting role.
Where the pressure's not as much on him.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean which is great.
Like it's not. I don't want to disparage, but like he's not going to be the Justin Tuck, but like he's like the OC Umenyor, like the side, like, and like that's nothing against OC. OC is a great defensive a great defensive end, great blitzer. I'm just saying, like, when you think of those Giants defense, it's Tuck and OC. Maybe this one's like Abdul Carter and Thibodeau.
Yeah, there you go.
Brian Burns and Thibodeau. Like,
Burns is
because like the show's gonna be Brian Burns and Abdul Carter. That's what it's gonna be with Kayvon. Being
rotating
like that, like that special, that special character that comes around every once in a while.
Probably the NASCAR package that we'll be having.
Yeah,
on Darnell Wilson's defense.
Like I'm trying, like it's like Batman and Robin, but like, and then like the few episodes that Batgirl popped up. That's Thibodeau.
Well, good comparison. Pretty good if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to get a better one.
No, that's chilling. No, you're good, man.
But like, that is what it is,
It is, yeah. No,
it's Batman and Robin, but every so often, your Batgirl pops up.
And Batgirl is useful at those times as well. So hopefully, Tibbs has that same sort of.
I don't know. That movie with Clooney did suck.
Yeah, well, there you go. But let's see. O-line as a whole. Look, listen. Another guy that we'll highlight real quick before we get to some of the defense and we'll get to the offense.
Because the defense played absolutely incredible. Like
they freaking.
Listen, I know we can talk about the offense all we want, but the defense was the star of Saturday show.
Oh yeah, dude. The cornerback position kind of gives
the secondary in general. It was just him. It was Nubin too. Nubin had a great game.
Yeah, you saw the way where he was like he dived for that pass breakup. Oh my god, it was great.
Like that was the Nubin at Minnesota that we both fell in love with when we because we were, I think, big Nubin advocates during that draft period.
Yes.
Like every mock draft, our first round pick always changed, but our second round pick we were always in lockstep of Nubin is supposed to be on this roster. That was the Nubin we watched at Minnesota on Saturday. And I know it's Miami, I know it's the backups, but it's just like a confidence boosting thing. Like, oh wait, hang on, I can do this.
It's how do I say this? It's like this is what's supposed to happen when you bring in a new but established DC into Darnell Wilson, right? Like he's an adult, not some bum ass Shane Bowen guy who didn't know what the heck he was doing last year, who Dable thought he was the answer at the defensive corner. Like, that's why Dable's gonna fit.
I understand why Dable brought him in. Dable, because if you looked at Tennessee's defense at the time, they were, middle of the pack and stopping the run game and decent in the red zone. So you thought that, okay, the Giants will have a bend, don't break defense and will get better with, the running attack, which is, abysmal. That was the thought process. Shane Bowen was an idiot.
Yeah. And it's like we didn't pull the trigger on getting him out of here as fast enough, which just led to Dable's demise and Bowen's demise.
Yeah, because Harbaugh, like I've said this many times, like Harbaugh is firing Bowen, actually probably before the season even starts or after the Dallas game.
Yeah, that's the thing that I wanted to mention this as well. There was a tweet I saw from Bobby Skinner who was on NBC News,
NBC4,
which is pretty cool to see.
That's the local NBC affiliate in the New York area.
He's definitely a dream guest if we can get him on to talk Giants football.
That's a dream draft right there.
He's a legend.
I was listening to him today at work.
He's always him and Giants Nation show. I know Talking Giants is great with Justin Panic and all that stuff, but Bobby Skinner has an incredible job.
Like Giants Nation is, I think, I've always felt Bobby Skinner was the stronger one of the two.
Yes.
But nothing against Panic. Like Panic is very smart and very good and very enjoyable too. I don't like Sean Morash a lot. He's a New York
guy. Me either. Yeah,
he's a New York radio guy. Like he kind of just it's like, dude, stop playing the shock jock role and just give me actual like breakdowns. And I feel like Penix can like sometimes follow that, but Penix was with Skinner, it was very just NFL normal stuff.
I love those two together. And it sucks that they broke up. But before we get to the rest of the Giants stuff, I want to get a little off topic for a second.
Okay.
What do you think are how do I ask this? How or what do you think Cleveland media is thinking about right now? Because of the whole, or how do you think they feel?
There are news producers across the land that are just buying up as much Pepto-Bismol as possible because they are freaking out because they don't know what to do right now.
Dude, I'd be sick.
I would be absolutely like the way you have to cover Deshaun Watson right now. I would be absolutely disgusted. Absolutely disgusted.
I just don't.
I know why. Like Cleveland. This is just because Cleveland is stuck with him. Like the money is so it's the same argument I made about Paulson Adebo the other day. Like Adebo has a roster spot and a job because we're paying so much money. Deshaun Watson is in the same situation. They're getting him so much money that you're almost forced to play him. But from a football standpoint, it makes way more sense to start Shedeur Sanders because like we know Deshaun Watson. We know he's aged. We know he is no longer the quarterback he was in Houston, and he brings so much negativity to the media and stuff, especially after that press conference. Don't boo me, brother.
That pissed me off. I'm like, listen, they're booing you, yes, partly because of what you did to some other people. But
because what you did is horrific and horrendous, but they're booing you more because not only was it so horrific, you're bad. Like, pick a struggle, dude. You can't do horrendous things and also be bad and expect the fans to like you.
I think
the struggle. Come on.
Someone made a great point on Twitter. They were like, listen, if he was just good for the Browns, this would all blow over. All the stuff about...
It would. Look at... Michael Vick had a career redemption arc. Michael Vick went to jail.
Yeah, for some dog stuff that's messed up. But yeah, like, listen, once he came back into the league, joined the Eagles, and put on a show, no one talked about that anymore.
No one.
It was simple as that.
Like, the only time it got talked about was with passing jokes, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that, fun. And that's what would happen with Deshaun Watson. No one talks about Ben Roethlisberger, what he did.
No. They do not. And why
is that? No one talks about that.
And why is that? Because he showed out. He played well for the Steelers for so many years. He's going to be a future Hall of Famer himself.
Peyton Manning assaulted someone in college. That's been wiped from the record.
Yeah, damn freaking right. See, it's crazy.
Tom Brady cheated on his first wife. Like,
and look at him now.
I don't know if he cheated or not. I know he had a wife before Giselle. That's all I know. I don't know how that relationship ended. But I'm pretty sure Giselle played a role.
Poo. And then Giselle found someone else like years later. But you know what? It's okay. Brady's about to join the WWE, so it's fine. But anyways, I don't know if you heard about that, but it's not. It's relevant.
Wait, what? Brady's wife joined the WWE?
No. Brady's wife left him, and now Brady's gonna join the WWE. And yeah, because him and Logan Paul or whatever, slapping each other at the flag.
What happened to the WWE?
I know.
What happened?
I still like Roman Reigns.
Is Vince still alive?
Question mark?
He's alive, yes.
Okay, cool.
$3.5 billion. Goddamn. Good for him.
Damn!
I guess. Jeez.
Must be nice.
Yeah, this guy definitely does not. Yeah, this guy doesn't care anymore.
Yeah, he has the money now, so he might as well chill. But anyways, back to Harbaugh. You made a point earlier, just a few minutes ago, about how Harbaugh is just he's not afraid of or he would have fired Bowen on the spot or made changes on the spot last year if he was the head coach. Listen, we've seen it so far this year. His guy, Dan Falele, not playing well. I bet gone. Giants. Oh yeah, Tyrone Tracy is going to be the for sure running back number 2. All right, for sure. Najee Harris, welcome to the team. Paulson Adebo, you're struggling. Oh yeah, for sure. You were paid so much money. That don't mean crap to me. You're not going to be the starter. You're not the assumed starter. Darius Alexander, year 2, 3rd-round pick. He was a steal, right? We all thought he was just going to be the steal of a guy.
Yeah, now it's like question mark.
Yeah, he's now basically he's been demoted pretty much to the second team, and at this point,
I mean, like Benjamin Travis, like. Wouldn't you rather him kind of?
Yeah, the little celebration.
The celebration. Yeah, he's hungry.
Cool. I love that.
I was gonna say like that's the little stuff. Like if you're a late round pick, like those little stuff fans will pop onto you for. Like Victor Cruz. Yeah, Victor Cruz is a great story, but Victor Cruz's legend's elevated because he has one of the greatest NFL end zone celebrations of all time. It is so iconic. Like when you think of salsa, if you're an NFL fan, the first thing that comes to mind is Victor Cruz.
I will say I do love when we were all first introduced to him during that Jets game, and Rex Ryan and the coach staff were like, "Who's 3?" And I'm like, "Yeah, me too. I don't know who the heck 3 is, but hell,
I don't know who 3 is, but I hope he's on the roster next week."
You're damn freaking right, dude. He was catching tutties against the Jets, and oh man, the days of Rhett Bomar and who's the other quarterback that was throwing them tutties? I forgot who the other guy was.
Was that David Carr?
No, it wasn't Carr. It was I know Rhett Bomar was one of them. I forgot who the other one is, but regardless, it'll come up to me eventually. But yeah, I know like you mentioned earlier, the preseason does not matter to a lot of people, but it allows for us to enjoy seeing these young day 3 picks or undrafted guys show out, and we were able to see ourselves on Saturday with guys like Jamison Travis, who listen, he may be on the practice squad at the end of the day, but he's a guy where it's like, okay, he has the potential to be so much more because he's just this big guy who can't get to the quarterback, but he's also a run stopper. Will challenge Alexander for sure for a bigger role than we may have thought he may fill compared to Alexander, who may have a smaller role than we thought he would have now. But that just continues the chain of Harbaugh just making changes whenever he sees fit. Remember Brendan Allen, right? My friend, week 1 against Minnesota, struggling. All right, for sure. Jake Cantor, welcome to the team. JC Davis impresses in practice. I bet move up to the second team. It's these things that Harbaugh's already doing that we're seeing, all these different moves or signings or demotions or trades, where it's like, okay, it continues the narrative of if something's looks wrong or needs to be changed, he will do it in a heartbeat with no hesitation, and that's what we want to see. Because it for so long now, it's like, oh yeah, if Dable was still the head coach, Tracy playing bad, oh he just needs to work on his game. Yeah. Dude, that was the most annoying crap now that I think about it. That was so annoying hearing that stuff every single gosh damn week. We'll look at the tape. No, it's crap, look at the tape.
It's holding guys accountable. Yes. That's simple. That's all we're doing. And that's why you're seeing that's why there's legitimate concerns around Tyrone Tracy right now about what role is he gonna have. Because sure, his stat line doesn't look bad, but he has the big negative play. And, like, you just think about what happened last week. It's like, this guy, he's not going to get cut, but he is. We thought it was the RB2. There's a good chance he's RB4.
Yeah, dude. Listen, I think the best way to add on to that is you could have 10 plays, and 9 of them are solid plays, or you did a good job. But that one play, that one big play that you messed up on, what Tracy has now had twice in a week, twice.
That's the problem. Tracy has the 2 negatives. The 2 big negative plays of this preseason have both been because Tyrone Tracy couldn't do the basics of his job. He couldn't stop a basic blitz. And granted, he did get his feet got caught up. Like, it's not all of his fault, but like, come on, dude. Like, read the blitz. You know it's coming. Put yourself in a better position. Yes, and then dropping the ball, because that's what he did. He dropped it.
Yeah,
it wasn't a fumble. He was out of contact. He just slipped out of his hands.
You got to hold on to the ball, man. It's in the preseason too, against these backups. Like, you are going to be presumably have a major role, when the regular season comes around. You can't be doing that. You really can't, especially when Najee Harris is breathing down your neck. Devin Singletary breathing down his neck. Like, dude, we love Tracy. We do. And I'm sure the Najee Harris signing may have, kind of ruin his confidence a little bit, but it's like at the same time, dude, I assume he's going to play. against the Jets.
No, he's got to play against.
He's got to play. No mistakes.
In my mind, RB2 is wide open right now.
It is.
It's wide open.
Oh, yeah.
It's not. We gave it to Tracy. The way he's played and the way Devin Singletary has played, because he's been, pretty good this year too.
Yeah.
I think it's a dead heat right now. I think Singletary might have an edge.
Yeah, and we don't know how Najee's gonna look like when he actually
we don't know. Najee could do a whole, another thing into this too.
Yeah, and he looked good in drills. But he didn't play in the game, but he looked good in drills last week. So again, Scadaboo is the presumed number one guy, but after him, it's gonna be a question mark. Which, hey, I think if someone told us that the running back depth chart was gonna be unknown, like a month ago, I think it'd be like, yeah, you're tripping, dog. It's good. Scadaboo, Tracy.
It's okay. Who got hurt or who got traded?
Yeah,
it's what. Yeah. It's the question. Like, okay, did someone give us like a Godfather offer for Tracy or something like that, or like? Did Singletary blow his knee out? Like, what do you mean it's a question mark?
I will say, you talk about, trade offers, and hey, it's that was a topic that I want to bring up as well, because I believe last week we talked about Darnell Mooney possibly being traded away, and Darius Slayton was also a trade candidate as well. Seems like those talks have quieted now because Keyshawn Boutte was traded to Houston earlier.
Yeah, Keyshawn Boutte was traded to Houston for Jalen Reed. Yep.
Yeah. So I guess we'll be keeping those two guys. Slayton didn't play too bad. We
don't know. We don't know about keep. Like talks might re-engage. A player might get banged up or something like that. We don't know.
True. Yeah. Well, the receiver rooms, it's slowly.
Like Jetty went down, there would have been a call somewhere. The Raiders would have called somebody to try to get a running back.
Maybe us. If
possibly,
that was the case, maybe. I will say the receiving room is getting smaller and smaller, which is good because it was getting low.
Yeah, Ryan Miller. Good.
Thank you, Ryan.
Greatest headline today. It was Clutch Sports. Giants cut wide receiver, not Odell Beckham Jr.
Oh my god,
that was the headline. I'm like, this is the most clickbaity article I've ever seen in my life. This is a 3-word thing. Ryan Miller cut. That's how they get you. He sucked.
Didn't do crap in the preseason. That's all you need to know.
Giants cut wide receiver, not named Odell Beckham Jr.
That's how they get you, man.
I'm looking at this. I'm like, why would anyone read this?
Yeah. No one cares about. Even I wouldn't dare write an article about Ryan Miller, man. Like, and you know me, I would. I like to create content for Belly Up Sports and write some articles when I can. But I know damn well, even if I had nothing to talk about, I would not even consider.
If I have nothing to talk about, like you should go with the basics. I've been writing 20 hockey articles a month. We haven't played a hockey game in 4 months.
It's pretty impressive, I'm going to say, because there's nothing really going on, right? I mean,
you're right. You're writing history stuff.
There you go. See, you're coming up with different things.
Writing history, you're writing weird, like quirky stuff. You're like, oh, this player's still out there. Could this step guy fit? Yeah, it's.
There you go. Let's see. But speaking of Slayton, had 4 catches, 58 yards. He looked good. He's a guy I know we both dislike a lot, as well as many Giants fans, and I'm sure we'll.
No, I don't dislike him. I cannot stand him.
Well, there you go. Yeah, you just outright hate the guy, and I do too, to an extent.
I do.
But he played well. 4 catches, 58 yards, not too bad, and he's presumably going to be the receiver number 2 unless. At Malachi Fields, do not worry, guys. I know 0 catches, 0 yards. It's fine. I may have bet on him, and maybe that's why he didn't do so well. But it's okay. Didn't play too much, which is fine because kind of a good sign, actually, because if you think about it, that means he's going to have a bigger role than we think maybe come Dallas week. But Darnell Mooney wasn't
no
there.
Starters played, so.
I know. So it's like, what does it say about Malachi? Darnell Mooney wasn't there. Harbaugh gave him permission to be at a wedding because he was the best man for his friend.
His brother's wedding.
Brother. There we go. Congratulations to Mooney's brother. In OBJ, another receiver to talk about. He almost had a touchdown. He was so close. He was great. I guess, how do I say this? He had 2 catches for like 18-something yards. Had a nice juke move. But again, the one play that I'm sure he is still thinking about, and many of us Giants are thinking about, was that almost touchdown catch. That from a ball thrown by Winston. Thank God he was on him the football because Brandon Allen trash. Here's a video of what the almost touchdown would have looked like for Mr. OBJ.
There, split out. Winston looking that way, throwing that way. Beckham off his hands and incomplete.
Wow, gotta catch that.
OBJ.
Wow.
That's a good throw by Winston.
That's how you know Beckham's getting older, because 2016 Beckham catches
You
had no
damn
problem.
right he would have caught that. I was so sad.
Like, for all the Giant fans out there who were like, bring OBJ back, will be dangerous. Like, this video, we're not dangerous Odell Beckham Jr. anymore.
He's not the same. Look, listen, he can get open. He's shown us so far in camp and preseason he can get open, but it's like he's not there yet. For me, my thought process, he's not there yet, and you could tell he's frustrated. But it's coming, man. I know it. I tell you, he's gonna make the team, and as maybe just me being positive, but I think he will as the last guy. I forgot who said it, but they were like, if the Giants were to carry 7 receivers, he's a lock, but if they were to carry 6, he's not.
Yeah, that's kind of how I saw it. That's how I see it.
Listen,
because the 6 are like the 4 vets, yes. Fields, and then probably Barrios,
who didn't dress up on Saturday, but I guess that was Harbaugh, some sort of injury thing. I don't know.
Yeah, he had something nagging with him. Yep.
Yeah, but Calvin Austin didn't look good as a low key.
I told you, Calvin Austin's a deep threat.
He is, but he looked good as a returner, man. I ain't gonna. You saw him on those punt returns.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. If they put him out there for the Jets, this weekend, he looks good. I think Barrios is off the team. I ain't gonna lie. Like, listen, maybe that's just me being on the OBJ train, and I know I shouldn't be, thinking about nostalgia all the time, but it'll just I know OBJ has something, and he can get open, and it's only gonna help. Jackson Dart when he's on the field, just be that veteran presence that has the savvy moves to break down a corner and be available for your quarterback and whatnot. It's just that catch that it broke my heart low key that he dropped that one. But hey, it's all good. It's one more week against this upcoming game against our little brother to see if he can get a tutty and show out and whatnot. We'll see. Back to Tyrone Tracy real quick. I know we just talked about the whole running back situation, how it's the depth chart is kind of unproven at this point. Harbaugh was asked about it, and I wanted to play. I want to play this video early, but I might as well play it now. Here's Harbaugh's thoughts on the Tyrone Tracy situation and how the running back room will look like, or how his thoughts on the running back room as a whole.
I don't think you say, hey, a bad player, even 2 bad plays, nullifies a whole career body of work, so to speak. And even in the game, he played well. He had numerous good runs, catches, pass protection pickups were good, but he had the one play that's, it's the one thing you don't want to have as a running back. And in the last 2 games, he's had 2 things you don't want to have. So, nobody feels worse about it than he does. I mean, he's very conscientious, very determined guy. It matters a lot to him. So he's beating himself up, but the rest of the plays were all good. They were all pluses. So, you don't hold it against him. At the same time, you understand how valuable and important those things are to your football team, and he knows as well. So it's just a balancing act that way. It's an ongoing pecking order, was your phrasing on it. It's ongoing right now. It's still to be determined over the course of the next week to see exactly where it shakes out, and we'll keep working at it.
And like Brian mentioned, right? Like you mentioned earlier, my friend, how it's like, hey, he's had so many good plays throughout his career, but it's those 2 bad plays that will always stick out these past couple of weeks, where it's like he's got to be careful, man. He's got to watch out and lessen those mistakes as much as possible. So,
and like what also fuels it is that Singletary was the starting running back on Saturday.
True, that is true. Yeah.
Like that's like Harbaugh, and Harbaugh I think said all the right things there, like not trying to put a guy down or bash him to the media or stuff like that. But like you look at what the non-actions, putting Singletary in as the starting running back, and maybe it's just to get him reps and get him ramped up. It could be something as simple as that, but that just signals to me that okay, you value Singletary more than Tracy. Now you don't value Tracy, but Singletary's higher on your depth chart.
He's on the good side of the coaching staff.
Yeah.
Whereas Tracy's like,
And Harbaugh's right. Harbaugh goes like, look, I can't judge him off 2 years. He's had a fantastic career. He's 100% right about that. He's been great. It's just how much do you really weigh? This is what I've seen. I only saw this on video.
Yeah. You got to show me in person, so I can, see that, hey, this will
like, hey,
continue.
was you just like a scheme merchant, which I thought Deonte Banks was before he, had a great day on Saturday, or are you actually a good football player and will adapt?
There you go. Listen, I think we all hope Tracy, gets, improves his play, especially this upcoming weekend and into the regular season. But hey, he's got to watch out because there's two backs behind him, presumably on the depth chart, that have a chance to be more than what they currently are right now.
You don't think Najee is super hungry right now?
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
He had 3 1,000-yard seasons, has one fall off, and basically is like taking like a sweetheart deal with the Giants to like get his name back out there.
Yeah. Right now, people think he's a bum because it's like, okay, again, it ties back to the whole, like, he's had these multiple 1,000-yard seasons, has one bad year. Everyone thinks about that
like
bad year.
Three straight,
yeah, dude,
1,000-yard season, and like
impressive.
It's like he's old. Like I think he's like in his late 20s,
28,
28. Yeah, like that's older for a running back, but like we're seeing running backs perform decently at that age.
Yeah, and look, he has a lot in the tank. I know he does, and
maybe 1,000 yards. But you're telling me right now that if you don't give first team touches to Najee Harris, he can't get you somewhere between 600 and 800 yards and 5 touchdowns. I
don't know that at all.
You can't tell me. And would you not take? I would. Oh my god, I sign up right now.
Right now, oh yeah.
If you could tell me that's what Najee Harris is going to do this year, I sign up for it in an instant. Like, oh my god, 100%. Here you go.
Yeah, because you're adding what Scatterbo's gonna give to us and Singletary and Tracy. That would mean like, hey, we have one of the best backfields in the freaking NFL and a top 5 running game.
Well, that's like RB2 numbers. Like you look at a team like I know he was. This is funny because I know he was on Pittsburgh, but you look at Pittsburgh, it's like you probably could use Najee
right now. Oh yeah,
I don't trust your running back room whatsoever. Like Rico Dowdle is a nice piece, but like Dowdle lived off a few big games last year. He was a roller coaster.
He was. It was up and down.
And I can't trust him that he's going to carry that over to this. That's was that just a 1-year wonder or a 6-game Linsanity type run?
He was always in this timeshare, right? In Dallas with Pollard, right? And last year, with Carolina with Chuba Hubbard, of course.
So even from that perspective, hey, well, and I know I think they're trying to work Jalen Warren in, and Warren, look. Warren got a bad deal because he played horrifically to start the year last year, and he's a rookie and was highly touted. But you're not telling me if you're a Steelers fan, you would feel better with Rico Dowdle and Najee Harris as your 1-2?
I would. No, I would prefer that.
I feel more comfortable with it.
Yeah, they even have that young guy too, Caleb Johnson, who was their rookie from Iowa that they selected.
Oh yes.
Yeah, he's been kind of just for them. I will say, but listen, we talk about offense, and shout out to the corners, and you bring up the cornerbacks. Shout out to Deonte Banks. Shout out to Adebo, Newsome. They all played well. I think Adebo has sort of slowly winning our hearts back a little bit.
Here's the craziest part right now is Greg Newsome is the most trusted cornerback in that room
right
now.
I freaking know.
Greg Newsome is cornerback 1. As insane as that is, that's the case.
Crazy to say. Listen, if he continues to play like this and shuts down CD and Pickens, and Puka Nacua, we're not going to mention Carnell Tate because he's been absolutely trash for Tennessee. But if Newsom can shut down,
we have to lock down Wandale Robinson.
Oh right, yeah, sorry, which should be a breeze, by the way. I do not like him anymore. I'm going like goes to Tennessee.
I like him in fantasy a lot. I think he's
for money purposes, yes.
I think in fantasy football, you draft him as like a bench guy, he will smash that ADP because he's in Daboll's offense, which looked great in last year, and he's a little bit of a speedster, and he can spread the field. Cam Ward's got an arm that likes to go deep. You tell me Wandale Robinson can't be a deep threat in that offense? Just get chunk plays? Oh my god.
That is
the upside is there. He's wide receiver 2 behind Carnell Tate.
True.
The touches are there, and it's gonna be big.
I have my Ward, man. I don't know. Ward is he scares me a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I think these past couple of weeks, I know it's preseason, but he's making some boneheaded plays, man. I mean, not securing the football when he's running around literally loosey goosey with it. As he's trying to find a guy down. I think that's what led to the strip sack yesterday against Seattle, man. Ernest Jones, he's just knocked the ball out of his. I don't know. Cam
Well,
Ward's
yeah,
got to be smarter.
he's got to prove it first. But like,
yeah, definitely. But hey, he's got weapons.
On paper, we're all expecting a big step up in his game, and then couple that with Wan'Dale. It's like, all right, there's points right there.
There you go.
I think in terms of points.
Fantasy point though. Fantasy point wise for Wan'Dale, the potential is there. Same thing with Carnell, of course, as well. Even though he hasn't shown too much in the preseason at all. Like literally 5 targets, 0 catches. Kind of reminds you of Jamar Chase back, once upon a time in the preseason. And look what happened.
Yeah, like we gotta for these big guys.
Just as much as we take, preseason's good for like these like day 2, the day 3 guys that we're praising. We don't have to overreact too much for the day 1.
Yeah, because like a day 2 guy is like, okay, this is my opportunity to boost myself on the depth chart. We're like, a day 1 guy is like, I'm already at the top of the depth charts.
There you go.
Yeah. Like besides like a very rare instant where like when the Giants drafted Beckham, that wasn't exactly receiver wasn't the biggest need at the time. I'm trying to remember like the receivers, like because they were like Beckham's like going to come in and be the wide receiver 3, so like maybe a big preseason bumps him up to 2. But like in most circumstances, you are the you're the 1 or you're the 2 with a big chunk on your plate.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. We'll see when the games count. We'll see how.
Yeah, I think it should be a different energy from guys like Carnell Tate. It's like, oh, okay, hang on. This I have to care now. All right, cool.
I gotta lock the heck in,
Yeah.
Someone I will say who's been locked the heck in for us is Dominic Zavada, and he's a lock for I think for the both.
Yeah, he's 70 for 74. He made a bunch more kicks.
That's
today.
Crazy, man.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
like it was funny. Me and my buddies were watching the game, and they brought the field goal unit out, and my one buddy goes, all right, this is not a gimme, is it? I'm like, no, it's not. Me and my other buddy,
really
big Giant fan, we're just sitting there like, okay, thank God he made it.
Yeah, from 43. Yeah.
He's like, he goes, that's a 43-yard field goal. I don't act like that for 43-yard field goals. I'm like, with us, you do. You just kind of hope.
Oh, trust me. Imagine when he makes a 50-yarder. Oh my God, me and you about to go crazy. For sure. No, but Zavada's been great. 5 for 5 for today at practice. 2 for 2 on Saturday. Longest was 43 yards. Ben Solid was 2 for 2 as well. He hit from.
It was 3 for 5 today. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, he's done for.
Which like he's not. He hasn't had a bad camp. It's just Zavada has just been clearly so much better.
Yes,
I would like someone to take a chance on Salas, even if it's like the UFL. Just give him a shot and just let him prove himself a little bit more.
Sal's a guy that you can settle on. Zavada's a guy where it's like, okay, he is the long-term answer.
Mm-hmm.
So I like you a lot. Last update, real quick injury report for today before we leave the show with our best bets on the day. Jalen Hyatt, Tanner Connor, Josh Zudu did not practice today.
Just do us a favor. Cut him. Get it over with.
I mean, hey, if
but this feels mean.
Listen,
what did Ryan Miller do that Jalen Hyatt?
I know, right?
Did better.
That's what I'm saying. Like, listen, you already cut Mr. Poor Ryan. You might as well do the same for Jalen.
I'm trying to. I love how Ryan. Forgot Ryan Miller was a hockey player too.
Oh.
I got Ryan Miller, NFL.
There you go. Listen, man, I don't know. They got it. Look, I know Hyatt's hurt right now with the ankle/leg injury, but that doesn't just send him my way with the injury.
Ryan Miller's been in the league for 3 years. He had 128 catches, 128 yards in 2024. Like,
I was gonna say 128 catches. I don't think Hyatt has more than 50 catches in his career. I was gonna say, God damn. That's true. There you go. Let's see what else here. Barrios, Mauanoa, Illuminor, Shelby Harris, Jack Kelly, our boy. They were on the side with trainers. They're good. Colton Hood was back practicing though for us.
They got big one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hopefully he's good to play against the Jets. I mean, I'm excited for the Jets game. I was looking at Better Vision. We're opening at BetMGM at -3.5. Like. I'm not a big bet preseason guy. Like, always bet responsibly if you're going to bet, but like -3.5 on that's not bad.
Also 1-800-GAMBLER. I can't forget about that as well.
Yep.
Yes, sir, indeed. Which is pretty good odds, by the way, too. Listen, I I would take that, no doubt about it, and I may do so. But no, listen, I would love to see Hood play a lot more against the Jets.
I would sprinkle some action on it if college football wasn't on.
Oh, true.
Like these games matter.
In Ireland,
Belichick's fighting for his job home, his flight home.
Dude, dead ass, yeah. But you know what? He's fine. The reason why I don't really care, because even if he does lose his job, no, actually I do care because Jordan's a B word.
I kind of want to see what Jordan would do. No, it's Jordan.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sir Jordan. No, if I was talking to her.
Oh, wait, hang on. Okay. Before we get into the Better Vision, our last segment of the day, I have to tell you the story. So we're doing the fantasy draft on Friday night, and we're in the 5th round, and we're scrolling, and guess who was ranked number 55 on ESPN?
North Carolina?
No, player. Fantasy draft, fantasy rankings. Like when you're scrolling through, you say the rankings on the side. This player was ranked number 55. Who was it?
In the college football one, right?
No, the NFL one. I mean, it's my buddy's draft on Friday night.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay,
it's ESPN NFL. 55. Who was ranked 55? It should be so obvious.
55. No, dog. It was Daniels, isn't it?
It was Jaden Daniels.
Oh my!
It was ranked 55. And my buddy goes, "You are never gonna guess that Jaden Daniels is 55." He goes, I have to draft him out of respect now for finding this.
You do,
and he did. He's like, if I didn't draft him, we get sued.
Oh my god!
I'm like, man, out of respect.
I just love how all these teams, all these leagues are taking shots at him as they should.
ESPN was not doing it. It's just so unintentionally funny that it was.
I feel like they did to like. I'm sure they considered him at like 54, 53.
Yeah, it was like,
but they were like,
okay, like he's like in the late 50s, early 60s. Like, hang on, bump him up to 55 real quick.
Just
let
for the
like
memes.
A good chuckle.
You know,
let's have a good chuckle at their draft party
to give our readers a laugh. No, I love it. Nah, screw Jaden Daniels, but we love the media attention that it's getting. It's funny
incredible.
As hell. But yes, real quick, just real talk. We'll talk a lot more about it, I'm sure, if it gets worse. But Theo Johnson did leave practice today. Sort of an odd scene. Went down while blocking. No one really saw what happened, but trainers immediately came onto the field. He slammed his helmet into the ground. No details yet right now, but just want to keep an eye on that as we get to the end of our episode here. As we get towards now our betting down segment presented by Better Vision. Shout out to them. They are one of the best apps out there to track not just your fantasy teams and your bets. Listen, I know y'all out there have all these different betting apps like DraftKings, FanDuel, Prize Picks, Underdog, all that stuff. Any entries or bets you make, Better Vision allows you to link all that into just one app so you can track everything in one place. Fantasy teams included as well. It just makes everything so much easier, and they will always as well help you find the best bets for preseason games, MLB games, all those things. They are the one-stop shop. So check them out, Better Vision. There will be an affiliate link and code in our description in the coming weeks. But for me, listen, I know we got some baseball games going on today. I was looking at NFL preseason, but it's kind of early for that since the games are until later on this week. So my best bet for today, I will be going to the Boston Marlins game that's going to be occurring in about less than almost 30 minutes from now. I'm going to take there's a over on 7 runs at -115, and that is available by Caesars Sportsbook. I'd be taking that one, low-key. I have a good feeling about that one. What about you, my friend? What is your best bet for the day?
So I'm going with baseball again. Cincinnati Reds tonight on FanDuel, according to Better Vision, plus 106, -1.5. They have Chase Burns on the mound tonight, who's been absolutely electric this year. And the Giants have Carson Wissenhunt, who's got a 7.03 ERA tonight. I think Chase Burns shoves tonight. I think the Reds scored some runs. So if you can responsibly do it, like we said, 1-800-GAMBLER, that's where I'm going with.
There you go. Red Sox, Marlins over 7 runs. Reds to beat the Giants as
-1.5.
-1.5. My apologies, as Brian just mentioned. All right, there you go.
Hang on, I'm about to bet right now.
Nice. Well, while Brian gets that done, that'll do it for the 3rd and 10 podcast, season 5, episode 9. fun show discussing the Giants' 26-3 win over the Dolphins, updates on the running back room, defensive tackles, and cornerback position, and of course our new segment, The Betting Down, presented by Bettor Vision, giving our bets up to date. Remember, please bet responsibly and call 1-800-GAMBLER if you need it for help. You can follow us on social media as always. You can follow me at Nathan_124. You can follow Brian at BrianPeach1016. You can follow our podcast page at 3rd and 10 Pod on the TikTok as well. We'll see you guys back here on Thursday for more NFL talk and more Giants talk as well. Prayers to Theo Johnson. Hopefully he feels better. Shout out to the boys for getting a win on Sunday. Let's keep the winning ways going. For Brian, I'm Nate. Thank you guys so much for your support and for watching us. We'll see you guys in the next one.